Welcome to
BamBamORama, BamBamORama, BamBamORama.
Welcome to the BamBamORama podcast. I'm Jackson Gris.
My name's Adrian Estrada.
And today we're here with Calmer Seas. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to need y'all to introduce yourselves. I don't want to try to butcher anybody's names. Let's start at the top.
Cool. Raph.
And what do you do for the band?
I play guitar, so I guess I'm technically lead guitarist sometimes, and I am backup vocalist.
Nice.
Chris Flores, drums.
Joshua Cisco, and I am guitar and lead vocals.
I'm Jordan Wright. I play bass.
Welcome, gentlemen. We really appreciate you guys showing up today on time.
We also appreciate y'all for
Raph?
we appreciate y'all for hosting this podcast. What did y'all want to ask?
Yeah, this is great. What are your thoughts on lighting?
I really like lights. My biggest problem with the lights that we have is that they're mix match, so it's like a Frankenstein thing. But when you're doing it yourself, it's just what you got to do. I'm just kidding.
Great talk.
Well, we enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you guys. So to get started, I've known Cisco in this room probably the longest out of anybody in the room. We go back to the days of Midland. I think I recorded your old band, Owen. I almost said my band.
Oh, yeah.
Shot down in left field when I was going to school for recording.
Yeah. Forgot about that. We went down to Levelland and you did some recording for us.
There was
I don't know if that ever made it to anything. MySpace, maybe.
Maybe it was on MySpace. I know it definitely got me some B's on my grades. You've been playing music a long time. How long have you been playing music?
Since I was 13. So forever. I don't age myself, but I'm 38 now. So started when I was 13, playing in church, playing bass. And then met, I joined a few Christian bands down there. Rich Like Me. There was another band I used to fill in for. I don't even recall. And then I met Levi Smith, and I played a few of my songs for him, and he was like, "You should really do some stuff on your own." And so kind of through that, I started venturing out and met the guys in Shotdown when working at Family Christian Stores. And anyway, at first they were apprehensive because they only knew me as the bass player. But then I started a little side project called Silence of Our Friends. They heard me play once in that, and I think I pretty much ditched that band almost immediately and went into Shotdown. But yeah.
And then what got you in with Calmer Seas?
Jordan and I actually kind of go back a little bit. I played in a band called the Feeble Contenders in College Station, and we were without bass player. And so we were looking around and we snagged Jordan. And he probably played with us 6 to 8 months, something like that. We actually clashed a lot when we first met him through that. We ended up, he left the band.
Because of the clashes, or?
I moved to Austin.
Oh, you moved to Austin, which is a whole 45-minute drive from College Station, right? Or is it
Well,
longer?
that's
2
where I was
hours.
living too. We could have carpooled.
I was not driving 2 hours for band practice.
I understand.
Yeah. And then, I wasn't invited to his wedding. Best friends now, though. No, it was, he contacted me kind of randomly. Did we meet up somewhere? Or?
I think we saw each other at South by in like 20, the year 16, 17. Yeah. So we got together at South by, reconnected. And at that time, maybe I don't think either of us were in a project. We're looking for another like rock project. So it was like, let's jam. Chris and I go back a little further than that. We played in College Station. We went to school at A&M. So we had done the rock band thing together. I'd done the rock band thing with Josh. And so we just kind of all did a super group, if you will. And we all got together, started jamming, and just really clicked like musically.
How did Raph get in the mix?
Yeah, so at the time, I had moved from Scranton, Pennsylvania about 6.5 years ago from now. So I think a year or two into being in Austin, like all I've ever known is being in a band. So I had this like one-man band project called Luna Soltero where I was like, I'm going to Dave Grohl my way through recording. And that was fun. And I had some dudes I was playing with, but I think I was just like looking for something else, maybe something a little different, just kind of keep me busy because I had a lot of free time. So I saw that there was a random ass post on Musicians Wanted Austin, I believe. It looked well formatted, but then as I was reading it, I'm like, this seems ridiculous. But Yeah. Lots of red flags, which usually to me is like, oh, go in like head first. But a lot of the bands that they referenced, they were influenced by. I was like, all right, cool. I like these bands. This kind of reminds me of bands that I played with back home. So let me go audition, see what's up. And I'd say I'd been in the band ever since, but there was a period of time where I was like, yeah, about that. Hey, dudes, I'm out. And joined again, I think 2 years after the fact.
So you were out for 2 years. Can we ask what you did during that time?
Yeah, sure. So that was COVID times. Aside from that, I think so. I
That was
had
dark times for everybody.
yeah, absolutely. I had Luna going. I had Calmer Seas. I was working like crazy hours, like close to 60 hours a week, and I was trying to do online grad school. That and trying to have some semblance of like a personal life in all that. So after a while, I was like, okay, a couple things have to go so I can find some peace and stability. That's a hard word to say
It
in
can
life.
be.
Yeah, and don't know what stability means. So I was like, hey, yeah, this is cool, but I think I'm just gonna do my own thing for now. And I quit grad school at that time too. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna ease up on things and see what happens down the road. But fortunately enough, remained friends with the guys. They were gracious enough, and kept in touch.
And we
Kind of
really needed a lead guitar player.
yeah, and I'm just like that good that they couldn't replace me. There are tons of people that I know audition better than me, but just kind of worked out that way.
Raph was just kind of like an instant fit when he came in. And it's funny because I remember first practice where we were kind of testing him out. I was like, all right, guys, let's not make any rash decisions. This guy's not in the band. If he does well today, it's just, we're going to keep on auditioning and see how things go. And we played through the practice. And I think the first words out of Jordan's mouth were, so, you want to join the band? And I was like, yeah, I guess we're doing this. And then when he left, we pretty much dissolved for like 2 years. And when we started kind of getting things going again, Raph was like, hey man, I'd be interested in playing with you guys. And so I called them and they were like, all right, but we don't want to get hurt again. Like, so let's not tell him that if he's in the band immediately. Let's just kind of see how things go organically. And so we go in, we play that practice, and then right after I was like, so you're back in the band now, right? So it's just kind of been like this constant fit. Like Raph, the second he walked in, like we got along, and we have the same sense of humor, and so it worked out. It was a good fit.
Yeah, and I just threaten to quit as often as possible.
This
You
is
do?
true.
I think we all do.
This is true.
The only way out is death. We've already
Yeah.
decided this.
We've talked about it a couple of times that having a band is like having X amount of extra spouses, depending on how many members are in.
It was a chaotic polyamorous relationship.
Yeah. What do you think is the funnest part as far as the band dynamic goes for you guys? That between your differences, like for instance,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
throw you
yeah.
right under this
That's
bus.
okay. That's
Okay.
totally cool.
But we were all giving you a hard time about the 1 o'clock, noon o'clock, when we're supposed to be here. But obviously, we're still getting along, and everybody's cool because it's just part of it. So, what do you think is the best part about the differences, and then the hardest part to get through?
I'd say the banter. I think when stuff like that happens, we can still give Josh a hard time and be friends afterwards. I think that's hard to find with a group of people.
It definitely can be. Nowadays, I don't want to say people are too sensitive because I feel like everyone's just like, people are too sensitive. But I mean,
Why would you say that?
would you quit being a bitch? God.
Hey, we're
You'll see
not
what I
20
can deal
minutes
with.
in yet, dog. Come on.
Oh.
Back half. We got to save the naughty words for the back half.
I mean, it can be difficult, when everyone's involved. You want to be, conscious of other people's feelings, but at the same time, like you're making a joke and you're kind of like, play along with me, man. You know what I mean?
I think speaking to the whole notion of that, right? Like we all, myself definitely included, have we mentioned darker senses of humor, and we're all pretty good at roasting. Probably too good sometimes. We're like, we do have to do like the sanity check, like make sure there's a safe word and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, do we need to go to dinner? Like, but I think we're all good at like bouncing back from that, understanding that like everything, even if there's an air of truth, it's all lighthearted. It's all like, dude, I still love you at the end of the day. And I think, again, like I'm being the guy that like came and left and came back. Part of me coming back, we being myself, Jordan, Chris, and our other friend Josh, not this Josh, went to
There's
Furnace
more than one
Fest.
Josh?
There too many Joshes.
I don't know this.
We know too many Joshes.
But we had taken like a road trip to Furnace Fest in Alabama. You know, like I was just like, yeah, like how are things with the band going? Like, what's up? I know you guys have been auditioning guitar players, blah blah blah. So like that conversation kind of got started there, and I was like, you know, like honestly, like whatever misgivings I may have had about the band or whatever, like you guys are the best friends I've made in Austin so far. So like, hey, you know, like it'd be cool to come back. If you also don't want me because I left, like that's also cool. Like totally get it. So I think it's just a testament to like, yeah, like that's kind of the glue that holds us together, so to speak.
I think though, like as a musician, it's like such a vulnerable thing, and you have to have some level of thick skin because like when we're writing music or writing parts, we have to be able to say, "No, I hate that," or "No, that's good," and not be offended because we're
Right.
all working towards
That's
like
one
the
of the
same
hardest
goal.
things to do. I remember being in a band. I was in a band with a 5-piece band at one point in time, and I'd write some guitar lick I thought was cool, and someone would be like, "Hey, dude, it's not." And like,
Every day of my
it would
life.
hurt me so bad. I'd be like, ah. But then you got to remember, oh yeah, we got 5 brains here. In y'all's case, 4 that are trying to make a product, and everyone needs to be happy about the product at the end of the day.
I think if we're
And
being gracious, it's like 2 split between all of us. You know, I wouldn't say 4 brains.
Well, I didn't know this was going to be the kicking Josh Sisco out of Calmer Seas interview.
I am Calmer Seas. We've definitely had like our tiffs. Not a band for as long as we've been together without like hitting some of those points where it's just like, you know, I love you, but at the same time, I want to murder you right now. And luckily, I think I'm probably, no, not even probably, I am the most hot-headed person in this band. And they, I know, right? And they all handle me with such grace and everything when I'm feeling tense. And I honestly, like, I look forward to practice. I look forward to hanging out with them. I mean, these guys really are my best friends. You know, even with the tough things that we've kind of battled over and whatever else, it's always at the end of the day, like I want to apologize to these guys and I want to make sure that we're good because it's more than just the band, you know? And I think that's kind of rare and it's, you know, special when you find it. I have not been in many bands that A, were so outspoken and somewhat dysfunctional, but always knew how to get back around to making sure that the other person felt appreciated.
That outspoken is part of that, though, right? It's because you're so outspoken that you also know I'm outspoken. I better be able to take it.
So what is this band therapy?
it can be. I mean, part of this is we want to be conversational. We don't want it to be just a boring interview. So yeah.
All right, let's get into the role play. All right.
Yeah. So we've got the puppets. Grant, we got our puppeteer, our prop master over here.
We did yeah. What's the ball they hand around where
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to hold the ball to talk?
We could do a
The
joint.
talking stick?
Here, hold
The
the
talking
joint.
stick, yeah.
It's the talking joint. What?
Yeah. So Calmer Seams, you said had been a band for like 6 years, 6.5 years.
More like 7 or 8.
More like 7 or 8.
Okay,
Okay.
no, it's
Time
But
flies.
he wasn't counting the 2 years of COVID, right? Or the COVID lockdown.
yeah, it was a solid like year and a half to 2 that we didn't do. I don't know if we didn't do anything. We still got together, but I don't know if
We all, is it okay if I ask this? Was it like, was there a breakup there? Or was it just like, I know the world was kind of over right
No,
then, so there
we-
wasn't a lot to do.
we released our debut album at the end of 2019 and then like we're gearing up to like really, we had been playing a lot of shows around Austin and around Texas, and we're like ready to like hit 2020 hard, and then 2020 hit us hard. And so yeah, we just kind of, it's always been a little challenging for us to keep momentum going for various personality and life reasons, but yeah, that just killed all the momentum.
Didn't our last show get canceled?
It did.
It did, and then Raph left, and so it's kind of like this like weird point, you know. We just released this album, but at the same time, it was like everything felt like it was kind of collapsing
So there
around
wasn't
us.
like an official breakup, but it was just kind of like, oh,
No.
this is where we're at right now. The world's closed.
Yeah,
We don't have a guitarist, so we're just kind of.
And that's, I think, like what Josh was saying earlier is like the only way out is death. And now that Raph's in, he's definitely not getting out again because like we all do other stuff. Like Raph,
You'd have to unalive me first.
yeah,
it
Like-
will happen.
like Raph,
He
he's
took
got
the
a
blood oath. You all met up on the hill and cut your palms and
but no, because it's like we talked about, we're friends first. There's no need to like kill the project because we're not gonna like stop talking to each other. But we've all like done other things, and like Raph's got a cover band. I've got other bands that I've played with. Chris does the church thing a lot, and
And
what
I-
Josh is monogamous.
And
with
I have been
Holmesies,
faithful. I have been faithful.
but no. So like there's never like a desire to not do any more Calmer Seas. It's just more like, can we even like all come together to do more Calmer Seas?
Well, right now it seems like y'all sure have. I have looked at y'all's Instagram. Y'all got like 5-6 shows lined up in the next couple months, weeks. Is that right?
Got a few. I think
Something like that?
Yeah, like 3. So
And y'all are releasing. Y'all just released a single. As far like, and I know this for transparency, this episode won't air till I think March. But
Beginning of March.
yeah, as far as January, y'all released a new single. Y'all got 2 more coming out too.
hold
Yeah,
on.
by the
Let's,
time this airs, we may have more new music.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's plan for the delay and just go. So your new single, and we
No,
just
we put that shit in there. Like, we're just honest.
I mean, in a moment, we're gonna pop in. You know, we've talked on the phone.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
how
yeah.
we're gonna actually be plugging a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, you guys are gonna get to hear it right now. No, just kidding.
Acapella.
And I think at the end of this episode, we are going to be, with y'all's permission, playing one of y'all's newer singles as well.
Please.
And
Yes.
please, yes, absolutely. No one else is playing it. We'd appreciate.
But we just want to make sure to.
Yeah.
So you said you have a few lined up. Is there a game plan for X amount of shows per month for the moving forward type thing, or?
In an ideal world, yes, we're we're working through that. We're working with various promoters, local venues, maybe some stuff outside of Austin as well. It's been interesting, being out of the scene because of like COVID and things like that, and also being in a band as an adult. You don't go out to as many shows and network with bands the way you used to. Where I remember being so much easier as a kid to like, hey dude, you want to put a show together, and all of a sudden I have 4 bands, I have a venue, and like things are awesome. Now it's like, all right, well I got to email this venue, then I got to find out who's their booking contact, who's the promoter, have all this stuff. Like we have our EPK, like we've all been like just sending out like all the booking emails and everything. And like some of it's been working out great, and we're like really excited about the shows we have coming up. And sometimes you don't hear back. So we're putting our best foot forward there. And yeah, ideally I think at least once a month we want to be playing, if not more, whatever works with our schedules and availability.
Like half the venues that we played like pre-COVID just don't even exist anymore.
And that's been tough.
That makes it really hard.
Yeah, your networking circle immediately closes, and nobody could do anything about it.
Or with the nature of bands, half the bands we played with aren't bands anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even some of your ends to these venues were bands as
Yeah.
well, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the plan is, I mean, look, Raph keeps us on schedule. Like he is the schedule guy. And so, we're trying to be more present online, which is
It's
hard for
difficult.
me. Yeah, it's, man, I don't understand algorithms, but I'm sending out a lot of gifts. I feel like the gifts are the safe thing where I'm like, I don't think this will offend anybody. Okay, send that out to the world. But yeah, just trying to be more involved, more present online to people who are tuning in and listening,
Well, it's funny because even in like, the time between releases, social media has changed in such a weird way where, there's TikTok. I don't think any of us are on TikTok. Like the band isn't on TikTok, I should say. But like it's different types of media you have to have now, and different types of social media and different types of posts, and you need to know the hashtags and all this sort of stuff. We're like, we're still kind of with it, but we're older and it's a young person's game, I say. So, we're out here struggling, trying our best. We're not going to do like goofy TikTok dances, but if someone wants to put one of our songs as the background to their goofy TikTok dance, hit us up. Thanks.
not goofy, skilled TikTok dances. We appreciate
Yes.
you all.
Yes. You are all wonderful, beautiful butterflies.
Yeah, we've dabbled in a little bit of the I would say more campier approaches, and I only say it like that because it's not negative, but we've been doing like challenges, soda tasting challenges, because part of our world is only social media. So it's very different. Totally get it. We're old as fuck. So
Yeah.
it's very strange, and some of the moves we have to make for this to arguably work out, right?
Adrian, I'm older than you.
Huh?
I'm older than you.
I don't think so.
I think
Y'all are the
so.
same age, I believe.
84?
Ah, you got me
I
beat.
was gonna say I'm pretty
Dang
sure
it.
you're a year younger than me, but I think we've had this debate.
I think we have. You're just so youthful.
But
That's what it
either-
is.
Yeah, but
No, no.
either way, we're old as fuck.
Speak for yourself. I'm a thing of beauty.
It's
And there you have it.
I
folks.
oh, I think yep.
It's, oh, you guys are leaving.
You guys are leaving. Sorry. I mean, this podcast is about me. Thanks, y'all, for showing up.
So, what's your skincare routine?
I don't do anything. This is all God, baby.
Oh.
Oh,
I use the same rag to wash my ass as I do my face, and also that I use
why
a
are you
rag.
ragging your ass,
saying
dude?
that?
I'm just saying. Well, I know you face
would you
first,
say it
then
like-
ass.
Why would
you
you say
know,
that?
but
That's not getting
That's a
edited,
great
by the
question.
way.
I'm so hot.
Y'all heard
So
it
this
here.
is why we struggle with social media.
This is why we
because
struggle.
This is what
No,
we say.
I forgot where I had a point behind that story. I forgot what it was.
The Kardashians have that
Kardashians.
markets just cornered.
Hey,
I just want to be risque, guys.
You know what I heard is recently that I don't know if y'all heard this. Kim Kardashian removed her butt implants.
What?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian removed her ass.
I think I'm in favor of that.
Yeah,
Can I say
it was.
that? I can say that. I said it.
I heard this on another podcast.
I could use an ass. That's
Yeah, no, she could have sent it over here or something.
How much do you think it's worth?
Oh yeah, dude, they can sell that on eBay.
I-
Someone would pay so much money for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's this on your wall? You won't believe this.
You won't believe it.
Remember that champagne photo? That's the one it was on.
God, I hope that makes the cut. I really do. That made me so happy.
Is that true? Is that absolutely true?
Which part?
I think it. I'm pretty sure it is.
The butt cheeks. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have a producer, but
We got
Kim
our fact checker here.
Kardashian remove her ass cheeks. Kim has never confirmed rumors she has gone under the knife in family. So she's that was from denying it
That's from denying it.
that she ever had implants.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, she
Um,
does, right? I think. It's been a minute.
Yeah, you're talking with
She
three married
she could just be like
You're
she
me-
could be just a master of squats. We don't know.
Right.
According
I
to
don't know, that's how you-
Hindustan Times, as we all know.
I read them frequently. Go ahead.
Yes. Kim never had implants. So I think this is one of those things that we're perpetuating part of the internet, and I'm for it.
Yes.
She had implants.
What do you
I-
think? Call in right
Yeah,
now.
comment.
Comment.
I stand corrected by what's the website?
Hindustanian Times. Hindustan Times.
So back to Commerce's. Who's getting ass implants?
I never noticed, but I feel like Chris would probably have the best vantage point of your ass in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris,
I'm
would
sure
know
he'd
whose
like-
ass is the
Yeah,
best,
maybe we should
or
ask Chris, like who. Yeah,
who needs it.
Chris, yeah, go. Who's got the best ass?
You got 3 right here.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not Raph.
Well, wait, but what is he 2 or 3 though? 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
Wait, like definitely not Raph. Wait, what's the question you're answering?
Yeah. Wait. So.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
How about this? Yeah. Okay. From 1 to 10, rate some asses.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see. Raph, yours is a solid 7.5.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
good.
Okay.
That's solid.
Strong male ass.
Josh, trying to think back to the
Just
last
be
time
fair,
on the
man.
show.
I mean,
you're probably a solid 3.5.
3.5. I think that's generous. I think that's generous.
Jordan, you're straight up the middle, 5. I'll give you a 5.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
So I get to say that's America's ass.
Oh, I like that.
There we
Very
go.
good.
Please don't sue us, Disney.
And then can we get some what do you think yours is?
I think I'm probably not as good as Raph, but I'm better than these guys over here. So I'll give myself like what I give you a 7.5.
7.5.
I give myself a 6.5.
A 6'5"?
I was gonna say 6.57.
Now you guys realize that for the thumbnail, it's just you guys turned around showing off your asses, right?
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. Best ass in business.
Also, there will
We need
be
to sell. You know what I mean?
there will be a GoFundMe we're gonna set up. We need to get this man
An ass.
an ass.
Please. Yes.
Like here's
Specifically-
the example.
Yes,
And this is what we got.
this is
to
the
work with.
platonic ideal, and then we need the Kim Kardashian. Maybe we get like some synthol for her ass.
Look like those fake bodybuilders.
Yeah. With like the weird looking biceps. You're like, dude, like clearly that's not good for you. What are you thinking?
Oh,
Did you
man.
just escape a pressure chamber? What's happening? here?
To get back on track.
What we
Tell
were.
us- yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Tell us about the new album. You are dropping a new album currently. You're dropping singles.
Singles. So
no album.
no,
just singles.
we've decided to kind of try and play into the whole how music is released these days and algorithms and whatnot. And so, and except for Jordan, who wants to release a full concept double album.
I'm with you. Like, you know what? We don't need these guys.
I think there's a middle road called an EP. we could see an EP collection.
I'm pretty EP
We'll
right
see.
Jordan,
now.
not now.
Got him.
We'll keep everyone guessing.
I mean, we don't have a whole lot of fans, but we could also get some of their input too.
Yeah.
If you guys would rather see a Calmer Seas, just what are you proposing?
An EP.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Just 4 or 5, and then also what's going on, right? You're not trying
Which is the singles.
No, we might like put these singles into a larger release
I see.
later.
I think that's a fair way to do it. You throw out a couple singles, and later on down the road, you put the collection together, put the EP out.
I feel like a lot of bands are doing that too, especially with like YouTube fame or TikTok or any of that. They're just releasing a bunch of singles and then they'll kind of group them together and goes, yeah, this feels like an album and kind of put that out. So I'm not opposed to that, but right now we're just kind of in single release mode. We've got Just to Let You Down that just dropped, and then after that we're gonna have Moses and a song called Going Crazy, which is probably our most experimental and latest that we've written.
I have one question about this that I have thought about, because you're not the first band I've talked to that wants to do that, has done the single release thing. But the artwork you're going to use, and I know you're probably not releasing physical media, you're just doing it on social digitally.
Yeah.
So the thumbnails that you're going to put, the artwork, is it all going to be like these 3 songs are going to have the same artwork? You're going to have different thumbnails for each one?
It's a good question, because our first album, we actually did release a couple singles, and it had like a cohesive. The singles had an art style that matched the final album, but I think this is more like each song is so different. These next 3 songs.
Yeah, and that was kind of the goal with putting these songs out, is because we wanted people to see kind of what we can do and what we're capable of, and so. I think with every single one of these releases, they're just so different. So I actually do the album artwork, and I've set up different artwork, different thumbnails for everything, just to kind of fit the vibe of the song, really, instead of making it something cohesive.
Well, here at BamBamORama, we like to do a thing called weaseling.
I'm in.
It's where we try to get involved in your business.
Oh,
and
yeah.
try to get you involved in our business. So you and I, and 3 of us had talked on the phone briefly before we got this actually squared away, and it was thrown out there where we work on music video stuff for y'all.
Yeah.
We can work it out for y'all together.
I like to be
love
walking
it.
through a park, because that really accentuates my ass.
I like this.
To just have the through line.
We get you
know?
some of those yoga pants, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
We got a 7.5. We might as well show it off.
You know the iconic shot from Texas Chainsaw Massacre that kind of follows the girl at her hip?
Oh, yeah.
We're just gonna do that with you the whole time.
I like that.
It's going to be weird. 'cause,
Just
like,
one.
So it's half the screen is Raff ass, the other half is everything else going on.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think we should
because
change
I'm
the band
usually
name
like
to
the
Raff
Michael
Ass.
Myers
Raff
or Jason for like Halloween, and I'm like, great, I get to be the final girl.
Yeah.
There we go.
Goals, you know?
You were always my final girl.
Tell him DV.
We've got some songs geared up that we're already planning on recording and releasing too. So one of those kind of being our latest anthem called Party Kids, which is just talking about getting older and still being that guy who wants to play in bands and party with the rest of the dudes and whatever else, and watching all of my friends grow up and have actual lives.
Kids, actual lives.
Well,
I mean,
Just
most of my friends are grown
Just
up.
kids.
I sit at home on Fridays and I watch movies.
I get tired by 8:30 these days.
I mean, I do. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I want to go do something.
Yeah. It's a tough balance. Yeah. When you feel that age and you're like, oh, I'm still alive, damn it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm done.
That's exactly it. It's like if I want to stay up till 11:30, it's like a real effort these days.
Man,
I won't name names, but you probably know who I'm talking about. I got invited to the bar like 8 months ago with one of our friends. I went and I was like, I'm just going to stay till like 12 because that's a limit for me. He kept keeping me there. And I was like, dude, it's 1:30. I'm asleep by now. And he was like, can we come to your house afterwards? And I'm like,
No.
I'm done.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm trying to think about which friend. Louis?
Yeah.
I had a feeling. I think the last time I hung out with Louis was kind of the same thing. I was like, man, we're gonna party like we always did and whatever else. And I bought a couple cases of beer and he was staying at like a Motel 6 and I ended up going to his room and we just got stupid drunk in his hotel room, passed out on the bed together. Like it was the most pointless like drinking party ever because it was just the two of
That's
us.
hilarious. I love that story.
These guys are the guys that could probably back me up on the majority of the stories.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, definitely you.
Yeah.
But every time I tell these stories, Danielle tells me, she's like, no, it's fake news. Like, it's not real.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, if you live like a rock star, people don't. You don't have the money to prove that.
Sometimes I think about some of the stuff we did when O Infamous went on tour and you were sung with us. I forget.
Pee out of the back of the van.
You peed out of the back of the van.
I
That's right.
peed on somebody, I think,
Yeah,
too.
that's right. But like some of the stories that I even hear about, like that one, I was like, holy shit, we did like that's not real. Like, those are things that happen in movies.
Yeah.
And we did that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Josh has the most movie life of the four of us for sure.
They've been fighting over the movie rights. I was explaining to my wife, I was like, it wasn't uncommon to ride around with like an 18 pack in your back seat and just pull out a beer and drink it while you're heading down the road. And when I moved to Austin, it was like a weird thing that was kind of my normal. And I never really thought of it as weird because it was typical where I grew up.
Yeah, it was
Here
very
at Palmer
normal.
sees, we frown against drinking and driving.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Don't drink and drive.
Not a good idea. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a reason I'm sober now.
So, speaking of drinking and driving, y'all going on, y'all generally play in Austin. Y'all are trying to get some out of town gigs.
Yeah.
Which y'all will not be drinking on the way to. What towns are y'all thinking about playing at?
We're actually in the beginning stages of putting together a mini tour in like
Okay, I was getting to tour question as well.
springtime toward like to Nashville and back or something like that.
There
We've
you
done
go.
like regional stuff to New Mexico and back, but definitely like all around Texas, like the bigger cities, college towns as much as we can.
Yeah, we've been like playing San Marcos a lot lately.
Oh,
Just kind of worked out in
Sure.
its own weird way.
Where are you playing at over there? Do you have a specific or?
Let's see, we just played Wake the Dead Coffee House last week.
It's a cool little spot. It's really eclectic and kind of
Stuff
you
everywhere.
know, there's art from students all over the walls, and then you walk past the bar and you take a right and then another right, and you are in just this really tight room with a stage, and it's fun because it reminds me of like house shows or like a lot of the places that I grew up playing in West Texas. But yeah, that's been a cool venue. We've also played Ragnar's on the Compound, which has a great little setup. They have great lighting. They have a great stage. And yeah,
Played a Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse?
Jake's Roadhouse, Jack's Roadhouse.
Is that
Jack's
on
Roadhouse.
35?
I have no Roadhouse.
I don't know. It was kind of off the beaten path. Again, great stage, like really solid stage. It was a fun crowd overall.
Guys, we have our podcast every Monday, releasing at 6 a.m. on podcast, 6 p.m. on YouTube, both video versions on those. If you are interested in gaming, we stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, 8:30, and on Wednesdays at 2:30.
Make sure you're checking out Fridays is when we release other content, scripted and unscripted comedy. And Calmer Seas, do y'all have anything y'all would like to tell?
So you can stream our last album or our new single, Just to Let You Down, on Apple Music, Amazon, pretty much wherever you stream music, Spotify, how could I forget? But wherever you stream music, it's there. And then we are also on Instagram and Facebook at Calmer Seas Music. We can also find our Bandcamp at bandcamp.com/Calmer Seas.
Nice. Now, I know I'm going to get a couple of dirty looks. You want to promote any of your other stuff?
He's like,
Go ahead.
I don't have anything to promote right now.
No worries.
So if you need any mixing or mastering, hit up Sonar House Studios on Instagram.
Do you have an app that they can check you out, so like a portfolio or anything?
Yeah, sonarhousestudios.com is my website.
Cool. And since someone mentioned the other cover band I play in a pop punk and emo cover band called Taking Back Fun Day. It's very on the nose. You can find us at Taking Back Fun Day band.
How do y'all feel about playing birthday parties?
Palmer C's would love to play a birthday party.
No.
I like the answer. That's a good answer.
Trying to toe the corporate line here. Yeah, for the right price, like I'm a private dancer. So I believe, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like I'm the guy that knows about it. Basically, Bandcamp will like kind of run this promotion to help artists get front and center. So I think what they do, they kind of just like feature a bunch of artists and allow you to like encourage people to pay what they want for your music. I think for most part on Bandcamp, like things are often free or inexpensive. But if you want to show your monetary support, that's a great time.
Guys, don't forget to actually like and comment on Calmer C's stuff. It helps push their stuff into the algorithm that he was talking about. It's free to you. It doesn't cost anything, just a little bit of extra time.
Helps us out too if you do it on this video.
Yeah, and if you comment, expect that Josh will send you a funny GIF or GIF.
GIF.
It's GIF.
Ooh.
It's Heath. The creator of the GIF says it's GIF.
You got to go with the creator.
Graphic interface. Something.
Yeah,
I don't know what the last thing is.
I almost,
Graphic.
when he said GIF earlier, I almost pushed this. I didn't know that there was going to be this.
This has been a debate.
yeah.
This is a thing.
I would have loved to it. Anyways, thank y'all.
Thank
Thank
you
y'all for coming.
Yes.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for
so
having
much.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Let's make out.